Okay, so let's start using the editor properly to actually create a fully fledged page. So the site, the demo site, is currently completely blank. So let's quickly add a couple of pages. So pages, add new. I'm going to add a home page again. That will do for now. And going to add a blog page, even though I won't really be working on it quite yet. Okay, so let's just set the front page properly. So settings, reading, front page displays, home, and posts page is blog. Okay. Right, so pages, all pages. So let's edit the home page. Okay, so first of all, I'll talk you through pretty much every option and we'll create a dummy page at the same time. So first of all, this toggles options. So less options, more options. And I can't really imagine why you'd want to see less options. So I tend to leave both those rows active. Okay, and all the way over here, distraction-free writing. Hides a lot of the screen, so is meant to help you write without getting sidetracked with what's happening over here, what's happening over here. Okay, and we can just click it again and it comes back. And if you want to be even more distraction free, you can press F11 in your browser or whatever's equivalent for you to get rid of this, to get rid of the tabs and the address bar. Okay, so I've now gone full screen and go distraction free as well. There we go. So the screen's looking a lot barer. Apart from the admin bar, we can get rid of the admin bar as well but we're not going to do that now. Okay, so let's bring the screen back to normal, F11 again. And let's start going through these options. And as I've mentioned before, and I'm sure I'm likely to mention again, certain themes and certain plugins can add a lot of functionality to the base WordPress functionality. What we're seeing here is the baseline WordPress functionality, and it's definitely beneficial to get familiar with that, to see what it looks like, to get used to what it looks like before you start adding functionality, because then you know what belongs to WordPress and what's been built on top of WordPress. Okay, so this is the baseline WordPress functionality. So a natural start to a page would probably be a heading. So this is actually, let's say we're creating a services site. So welcome to Acme Inc. That will do. Exclamation point. So select that. And again, this is just like Word, so very straightforward. You can apply preset formats here, so paragraph, which is paragraph text obviously, or heading, different heading formats, or pre-formatted. So heading 1 should generally be used only once per page, and that's the most important heading of the page. Heading 2 can be used for subheadings, and then potentially heading 3 for headings below those. So not only does it automatically apply formatting to the text, but it also gives the search engines context about which is the most important text on the page and what the page is about. And then, yeah, it lets the search engines know a kind of structure for the page. So the most important heading, less important, and so on. So heading 1, and we can center that or keep it to the left, put it over to the right. And we can bold it if we want. Not a huge amount of difference there. If we bold a heading often, or unbold it, So if you just hover over these, it tells you what they are anyway. So bold, italic, let me move the mouse out of the way, strike through, so a line through it, bulleted list, a numbered list, and so on. And we'll go through all these quickly. Okay, so there's the heading, and I've centered it. So just press enter to go to the next line. So I'm going to add an image. Why not? So image. Add media. And this takes you to the media library. And these are images I uploaded in a previous video. Okay, so if you wanted to upload a new file, you just click on the Upload Files tab and you can drag files from your computer here, or you can just select Files and you can add files that way if you choose. I'm quite happy to just drag and drop from a folder on my computer here. Alternatively, as you can see, you can insert directly from a URL. So you can enter the web address of an image here. But let's keep things simple for now. So insert media, media library, and let's choose the bullseye. Okay, and there's a whole bunch of options here. The title of the image, let's remove that for now. Let's skip over these and let's just the only field we're going to add some text at the minute is the alt text, and that's the text that displays if for whatever reason the image can't appear on the page. And it's also helpful for giving more context to the search engines as well. So let's just say arrow hitting bullseye. Okay, leave description, alignment. We can align it here, left, center, right. I'm going to do that within the page itself rather than here. Do we want it to link anywhere? I don't like having images linking to a bigger version of the image. I find it distracting. So I generally do link to none. But you can have images linking through to another page, another address on a different website, or even just, to a bigger version of the image itself. But I'm going to choose none. And you can choose a default size. Thumbnail, which is small, 80 pixels by 80 pixels. Medium, 300 pixels by 180. Or let's choose full size. And you don't want images to be too large on blog posts, on site pages, because you have to keep in mind the width of the page, the width of the screen, and also of course if they're going to be looking at it on mobile. So let's just choose full size, but which isn't too wide. It's just over 700 pixels wide, which I think is fine. I would say 600 to 700 pixels wide is generally a pretty good size. So insert, and there we go. So you can just click on it, and you've got some of the same options here. Left align, center, right. No alignment. Let's choose center. Okay. If we want to delete it, we can just click on there, remove on the cross, or edit. And it brings back many of the same options. But let's get rid of that for now. Okay. So we've got the heading, we've got the image. Let's press enter a couple of times. Right, what's next? Let's say some paragraphs of text. Okay, I've put some sample text in quickly. So you can just, again, just like in Word, you can select, you can apply formatting, so we can make it all bold. We can make it all bold and italic, or just italic by removing the bold. Or, get rid of the italics. So very straightforward, as you can see. We can choose some of the text and put a strike through. So you can see how that looks. Let's get rid of that actually. That's rarely used, I would say. Okay, you can apply what's known as block quotes. So if we select this paragraph and apply that, okay, I'm going to actually save this so we can take a look at how the page is actually looking. Okay, so let's look at that page. There we go. So that's how it's looking on the site. Okay, I don't really like this massive home text there. That's something specific to do with the theme, and we could probably get rid of that quite easily, but I'm just going to ignore that for now. Because I don't really want a big home text on the home page. It's a bit, yeah, you don't really need to specify that because they know it's the home page. Okay, so there's our heading, there's our image, which is not clickable as specified. Okay, there's our block quote text. And again, different themes will approach this differently. To me, this doesn't really look... Other themes do block quotes a lot better, in my opinion. All this is really done is, I don't know, italicize the text and maybe made it a little more prominent, but that's about it. Okay, so back to the editing. So the bulleted list and the numbered list, very straightforward. You can either choose it at the start and then start adding options. And actually you can see down here word count. WordPress gives you a running word count as you work on a page or a post. So we could do option 1, option 2, or if we get rid of that, we could type in option 1, option 2, option 3, select and then convert to bullets. So those are the two ways to do it, and the same with numbered lists. So you could set up a numbered list right at the start and then 1, 2, 3, and so on. And if you select a bulleted list and then click on numbered list, you've converted it. And because we had two numbered lists next to each other, then it's automatically combined them. So let's get rid of these. So we can select that and click on bulleted list, make it a bulleted list, and then change it back to numbered list. Okay, very straightforward. Okay, this horizontal line is exactly what it says. Where you want a horizontal line, you just click there. So let's take a look at the page now. Okay, let's go here and refresh. So there's our horizontal line, not particularly prominent, but there it is. And there's our numbered list. Okay, so what's next? Insert a link, insert or edit a link. So you can apply a link to text, or you can even apply a link to an image. So if I just click to select the image and do insert link, I could link this image to Google. And you can choose whether when someone clicks on it, it stays within the same browser window or opens a new browser window. So this one, I'm going to have it in the existing browser window. And okay, if you click there, you can easily link to existing content. Actually, we'll do that in a moment. So, okay, so that image is linking to Google. Done. And if we wanted to edit it, we just select the image again and click on insert /edit link, and we can just remove that. by deleting it, update, and now the link has gone. Or we could just click that, remove link. So let's add it back quickly. Okay, and again we could remove. So now if we edit it, the link is gone, as you can see. So let's add it back one last time. So that goes to Google in the existing window or tab. So let's make this text clickable, linked rather, is what I was trying to say. So let's send that to, let's just say Microsoft. So at least it's going somewhere else. And this opens in a new window or tab. And actually, let's do one more. Let's make this clickable, linked to existing content on the site. So you don't need to type in the full address to a page on your website, you can just select it here. So obviously the home page is not going to link back to the home page, that makes no sense. So we'll select the blog and add link. So now we've got 3 links on our page. So save. And let's see how it's looking. Okay, so you can see this is now clickable. So if I click this, it's gone to Google in the existing tab. So let's go back. So this should take us to Microsoft, but in a new tab. So yeah, there we go, Microsoft, and you see a new tab has opened up alongside the existing ones. Let's close that. And the last link should just go to the blog page, which should be blank. It's blank, yet nothing found, but it opened in the new window. Actually, my mistake. Let's edit that. So there's a link. So you can just put the cursor anywhere on the link and choose edit. So yeah, we don't want that to open in a new window. So update. Save. And let's take a look again. So refresh. There we go. This should take us to the blog, but in the same tab. And yeah, that's the case. Nothing found. And it even asked me if I'm ready to publish my first post, which I'm not quite yet. So let's close that tab actually. So there we go. So anything left on the top row? Insert read more tag. This isn't actually relevant to pages, really. But I can't think of an instance when I would use it on a page. So I'm going to cover that when we talk about posts. So I'm going to ignore that right now. But I'm not quite done talking through all the page options. So I'm going to make that a second video. So I'm going to wrap it up for this video, and the next video will then continue talking about this in further depth.